Hello there. I thought I'd just talk about a few different subjects and see if anybody was out there and wanted to jump on. I got a email the other day about a petition, a peace petition, and I got on there. I don't know if I have the link with me, but I can maybe put that on later. You guys are probably all familiar with it, but just the petition for more peace in the world, and I think they were submitting it to various governmental bodies. Um, anyway, I was just thinking about it and wondering, how can we bring about more peace in the world? Of course, the reflexive answer in spiritual communities is, you make yourself right, and then the world becomes right, or come to peace within yourself, and then the world will reflect that. But of course, I do think it is related to our support indirectly through purchasing various things. That this is a not so subtle reference to veganism, of course, but and to what degree does perhaps the violence at that level contribute to broader violence in the world that affects human beings? Is the general popular consciousness affected by mass murder? And the other thing I thought I would talk about is philosophy / spirituality, and what's the difference. I can remember talking to my ex-wife's father many years back. He came from a Muslim background, real open-minded guy, a very Western Muslim, if you will, very open to principles in other religions. And we were just having a discussion, and as I tried to characterize some of the things I'd picked up from Hinduism and Buddhism, he characterized the points I was listing as a philosophy rather than a religion. And he felt like, Islam is a religion, or Christianity and Judaism are religions, and that Buddhism and Hinduism sounded more like a philosophy. And I thought that was an interesting distinction. Probably with all of these religions and all the other ones that I haven't listed, you could say there's philosophical components and religious components. Perhaps the religious components are more faith-based, less scientifically grounded, and maybe the philosophical components are, components that you could apply in your life in a practical way. I'm trying to connect up with my friend Nick here. Let's see if we can get him on. He's trying to hook up with me. One moment. And I think that's very interesting, because I think if you compare all these various religions, they have so many similarities. So of course they all distinguish themselves, and they get and the adherents of these various religions focus on the aspects of their religion that makes it important to them, that they kind of identify their ego with. And then if they see someone is believing a different belief system, it threatens their identity, and you get these conflicts or battles between people in different belief systems. But I think if you take a broader look and you just look at religion, just imagine you were a person of science, and you're just kind of observing these religions objectively without any vested interest. I think you can find lots of similarities, and really a lot of them are teaching the same things. And of course, even within the atheist community, you get principles that could be called religious. They won't be couched in that way, of course. They won't have any religious language associated with them, but you have, moral parameters, moral guidelines, which become the way that an atheist might understand and interact with the world. So anyway, just think it's interesting, this way we look at these different systems. And as far as yoga is concerned, you know, yoga kind of course, falls into an Eastern category. Perhaps a lot of Hindu influence within yoga. Some yoga teachers would say that it transcends a religious orientation. It's kind of a scientific practice. Sometimes yoga is referred to as an art and a science. So there's aspects of it which, if done, you'll see certain results. And there are artistic aspects of it which are hard to quantify, where the practitioner or the teacher embodies qualities of grace or fluidity, intuitive action that is hard to define or explain or relate to a specific outcome, but seems to have a kind of intrinsic power that affects both the teacher and the practitioners. Or, you know, it doesn't have to be a teacher. You could be practicing on your own. And certain phenomena can occur which are kind of unusual. You know, they seem to only occur in certain circumstances, perhaps commonly in yoga or something like Tai Chi, other martial art forms, or forms of physical exercise that are devoted to also at the same time cultivating, you know, spiritual aspects of the self and the physical body. So anyway, just some different topics I thought I'd talk a little bit about, and would love to hear your all's thoughts on them. I can't get my buddy Nick, so I'll try and hook up with him in another way, and maybe we'll do another video. So thanks very much. Take care.